Daig Mabuhay around the world, and welcome back to All Things Filipino. We'd like to thank you for your likes, suggestions, and subscriptions, and if you haven't subscribed, please hit that button. Right now, we're going to do a reaction video for Morissette's I Don't Want to Miss a Thing, and I sure don't. So let's hit that video right now.
We are always taken back to our hometown and to the ones we love. Sana magustuhan niyo po ito. I don't wanna close my eyes. I don't wanna fall asleep, 'cause I miss you, babe. And I don't wanna miss a thing, 'cause even when I dream of you, the sweetest dreams will never do. I still miss you, babe. And I don't wanna miss a thing. I could stay awake just to hear you breathing, watch you smile while you're sleeping, while you're far away and dreaming. I could spend my life in the sweet surrender. I could stay lost in this moment forever, where every moment spent with you is a moment I treasure. I don't wanna close my eyes. I don't wanna fall asleep, 'cause I miss you, babe. And I don't wanna miss a thing, 'cause even when I dream of you, the sweetest dreams will never do. I still miss you, babe. And I don't wanna miss a thing. Longing close to you, feeling your heart beating, and I wonder what you're dreaming, wondering if it's me you're seeing. And then I kiss your eyes and thank God we're together. I just wanna stay with you in this moment forever, forever and ever. I don't wanna close my eyes, you me. I don't wanna fall asleep, 'cause I miss you, babe. 'Cause even when I dream of you, the sweetest dreams will never do. I still miss you, babe. And I don't wanna miss a thing. I don't wanna miss one smile. I don't wanna miss one kiss. I just wanna be with you right here, right now, just like this. I just wanna hold you close and feel your heart so close to mine, and just stay here in this moment for the rest of time. I don't wanna close my eyes. I don't wanna fall asleep, 'cause I miss you, babe. And I don't wanna miss a thing. I don't wanna close my eyes. I don't wanna fall asleep, 'cause I miss you, babe. And I don't wanna miss a thing, 'cause even when I dream of you,
Wow. What a performance by Morissette. Unbelievable. And I chose that song because, I love the 70s band, and that's Aerosmith, right? I don't want to miss a thing. And also because it's a recent video, and she was also in San Francisco. And I didn't know that until I put the sort of title of the video into Google Maps, and it came up, and I was like, wow, that's right in San Francisco. And I was like, wow, I got to do it, because I love San Francisco as a town. And I thought this was a great performance. Originally I thought she was at some fair in the Philippines, but it was sort of like a performance in the live in San Francisco. And I was like, wow, I got to do that, and it was just awesome. And, I love the 70s bands. Of course, Aerosmith came back into the 80s. And the song, just reminds me of those great times. I don't want to miss a thing, when you're thinking about your past and things that happened. But it's also, I got a little teary-eyed again. She just, Morissette just does that to me. She really gets the sentimental side to me, and she got me a little teary-eyed. So I have to apologize again. But it just made me think about, my life and my marriage and the Philippines and all those things. And it got me a little teary-eyed because I don't want to miss a thing. And you think about those things that happened to you. And I also, the first thing that comes, of course, is San Francisco. And I haven't been there in a long time, but I know the basic area of that park. And I used to go there with my father. And so it's a great sort of memory of that. And of course, her vocal notes are just great. It's great to see her live in a small venue. Nowadays, I guess a lot of her performances are in front of large crowds. That's why I like the Wish Bus, because it's very small and intimate. And this crowd just kind of reminds me maybe when she was just starting her career and how she's interacting with the audience. And she even says, it brings you back to where you're from. And so that really reminds me of that, of going there with my father and my brother. And we went to the Exploratorium, and it was just a great experience where that park is located. Of course, you go to Fisherman's Wharf, and it's just so many great, memories of me with my family there. And, just for her to sing that, I don't want to miss a thing. And if you don't want to miss anything in your life, and it also brought back memories, and as she was singing this, and what her great performance was that she took it very mellow. And I just love that she was interacting with the crowd and developing that relationship with the crowd. And so even though she's a really big star now, international star now, you can see her still reaching out and connecting with the crowd, as she's walking on the stage in front of the audience. And I just love to see that performance. And you can tell that her voice is for real. We see it on the Wish Bus. We see it on Filipino TV. And now hopefully we're going to see it with Walt Disney, right? And she's also doing some other projects. So you really hope that she's, really going to go even bigger. And so we get to see her more and more, and the world gets to see her more and more. But I love to see that intimate setting and how she started off really slow. She didn't rush the song. And you can see that as a sign of her maturity, that she's getting to be a real great performer, is that she's, letting the music come to her. She's not nervous. She's interacting with the crowd, and she's letting the song come to her. She's not pushing the song. And once again, she's making the song her own. And so that is just a wonderful thing to see. And of course, her pitch is perfect. I think the way she accentuates the song and the lyrics is perfect. And that just goes to show you, how great she's getting to be. And so I wish I could have been there, at this small setting to really interact, with her and with the crowd in a small setting, not in a large setting. But, it just reached into my heart and brought back all these emotions. And of course, it brings back, the Philippines and being there, and also, of your marriage, and when you go away and you're just thinking about those times that you're missing, when you're not there. And so you want to soak everything up. And, I got married late in life, and you don't want to miss those things. When you're sitting there and you hear a song like this, you're thinking to yourself that you don't want to miss a thing. You want to stay up all night long, long till God, and you don't want to miss anything. You want to pack that in, especially for me, since I got married later in life. You want to feel all of that. You don't want to miss that. But it kind of reminds you of the times when you're away, the times when you first met on video chat, and when you're away from home, and then when you're together, those times when you can't be together. And I know the song's about, when you're next to the one that you love and you just can't sleep. You can't sleep because you're just so in love, even me after all these years, that you just don't want to miss a thing. You just want to be there for every second and make up for that lost time that maybe you didn't have. And in my case, because, we got married, later, you want to make up for all those times when, you wish you would have met this person much younger and shared much more time with them. And so that's what that song really brings back to me, especially her great performance in front of that small crowd and how she's accentuating herself, as sort of a great, great performer and maturing as a performer. And we see her sort of meeting with Disney and also sort of doing other projects. And so I just wish her the best. And I just can't wait to watch her, new performances and just see her develop. And for all of you out there, please don't miss a thing. And please subscribe to All Things Filipino. Until then, peace out.